we are on 25. All right? So I'd like for somebody to tell me what they got for 25.
I got
10. Good. 10. 10. Is everybody happy with that? I'm really happy. Now, you could have done what? I would really like you to say 2 1/2 divided by 1/4, correct?
Yeah.
Is everybody happy with that? So that should have been 10. The other way I want you to think about it is if you're doing quarter cups, how many quarters going to make one whole?
4.
4, right? And you have 2, so that would make what? 8. And then 2 quarters make a half, so that's how you got 10. All right? That was an easy one. Good. That's what I'm expecting out of you guys. Hey, listen though, I need your attention. Now, honestly, I don't care if you miss it. All right, I don't care. All right, what I care about is if you don't understand it, I need to address it. All right, because there's some tricky questions coming up. All right, I'll be real happy for those of you guys who got 26. Colin. For this one?
Yeah.
All right, so let me show you how we got division. So basically what I have is, watch, I have, and I'm going to show you something. All right? See if this makes sense. That is a giant spoon. You with me? And in that spoon, I have 2 1/2 teaspoons. You with me? Now I have something over here. This is 1/4 of a teaspoon. You with me on this? So the question is, how many times do I grab some out of this, right? Does that make sense? So what am I doing? I'm taking the 2 1/2 teaspoons and I'm dividing it into what? Quarter teaspoons. Does that make sense to you now? All right, very good. All right, that's the key. All you got to do is tell me you don't know something and I'll try to draw a picture to help you. All right, I'll try to draw a picture to help you. Anybody have any questions? And how are you guys coming with your parents getting these calculators? Better? All right, awesome. Awesome. Now, the next thing is, in my opinion, you should go to Miss Linda, or everybody should try to get one of those Sharpies and put their names on it. Does everybody hear me on that? If you have a Sharpie at home, definitely put your name all over it. All right? Because kids leave them around, and I don't know how to return them if there's no name on it. Is everybody with me? Make sure you put your name on it. All right? So now, let's take a look at 26. I'll be impressed if you got 26 correct. Connor, did you get that correct? What did you get? 15? No, come on. 40. What did you? I didn't say that was right.
I got
5? Okay, so now let's look at it, guys. Here is how your brain is supposed to be looking at this. All right? Now, again, those of you guys got 40, honestly, pat yourself on the back. All right? I'm happy with that. If you didn't quite get 40, you got something close to 40, that's okay. All right? But look at the explanation now. So here's how I had to learn how to do this. All right? I've got a shelf that is 20 inches wide. So stay with me. All right? Because pictures always helped me out. All right? So I'm drawing a big shelf. Does everybody see this? And that shelf is what? 20 inches wide. Everybody see that? Now, on this, I'm putting down CDs and cassettes. Everybody understand that? All right? So I have how many cassettes? 8. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm not going to draw the whole thing, but I'm going to try to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So hold up a second now. I'm going to draw this out so you can see a good visual. All right. So watch carefully now. everybody see what I'm doing now, right? Right? So how many, if I decided to draw this straight up, can everybody see now that I just put down what? 8 cassettes. Does everybody agree with that? So that's kind of not a bad 3D, but the whole idea was to kind of show you, right? Does everybody see what I'm getting at here? All right, I just did 8 cassettes, correct? So how many inches did I just take up? No, not around. How many inches did I take up?
You take out
5 inches. Now how did I do that? That's right. 5/8 times 8. That is 5 inches. Does everybody hear me on this now, right? Right? Is everybody okay? Yeah, that's the one you need. No, it's okay. I don't care about that. Just come sit. That's it. Sit down. Come on. No, stop talking right now. All right, just listen to me. So this right here, guys, listen up now. That right there represented what? 15 inches. Or I'm sorry, 5 inches. Is everybody good? Now, that means from here to here, how much more room do I have on my shelf? I have 15 inches left on my shelf. Is everybody good with that? And if I have 15 inches on my shelf, each CD is how many inches wide? 3/8. So now I'm going to try to count how many what? 3/8 there are. So how many 3/8 are there in what? 15 inches. So what did I do to get that? Yes, I'm proud of you. 15 divided by 3/8. And what's 15 divided by 3/8? I think that's 40. So you would say 40 what? You could have 40 CDs. That's okay. That's all right. Now you know. You got to read the question carefully. All right. Caroline, are you good with that now? Does that make sense to you? All right. Finally, huh? All right. Colin, is that good for you?
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have any questions? Julie, you good over there? All right. Boys over there, you guys good? All right. Let's take a look at the next one. Now, again, most kids missed question 27. Most kids would miss 27. So let's see who got it right. How many? 16. Feels good, doesn't it? What did you, Colin? 9. Good. I like something different. Somebody else? You weren't sure? Why did you get 16? Okay, so now listen to me, guys. Very, very important. Hey, guys, this is where, if you're not reading questions, like, example, this is like an ERB type question, where you think you got the right answer, but guess what? You didn't. You didn't get the right answer. And let me explain why. All right? Most people didn't read the question carefully. It says, how many more times will it go before what? Before midnight. So those of you guys said, well, there's 12 hours till midnight, right? So those of you guys who did 12 divided by 3/4, that is definitely what? That is definitely 16. But the real answer is what? Why 15? Before midnight. Right? Because the last one doesn't count. Colin, does that make sense on that?
Yeah.
Yes? Julian? All right. Girls up front? Does everybody make sense? Right, so technically 16 is a good answer. Do you agree with me? But it was kind of a trick question. Because it didn't say for 12 hours. It was for what? 11 hours and 15 minutes. All right? Is everybody good with this now, guys? All right, that was a nice little trick question. All right, now 3/4 divided by 8/3. Did we do this one yesterday?
Yeah.
What was that? 9/32. Oh, 29. If you did 29. And you think you know, you probably got it what? Unless you drew the picture. If you drew the picture, you probably got it correct. What did you get? 6, 5, 4, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me, Colin. I want you to have a really weird answer. Because that means you're thinking, what?
71 and a half.
71 and a half. I'm perfectly fine with that.
I got
All right.
6.
6. All right. Now, listen. Again, for those of you guys who got it incorrect, I know you didn't draw it out. Because if you draw it correctly, then you got the right answer. So please listen to me. Watch what I'm saying up here now. All right? I'm going to draw my course right now. All right? And I'm going to lay out a course that is what? That is 21 feet. Exactly correct. So that distance is 21 feet. So very good? Right? Now, because that is 21, right, I'm going to now start laying out cones. Everybody agree? Now, do I put a cone right here at the start? No, I don't put a cone at the start. Because it says, what? Do not at the start or the end of the course. Everybody with me? Right? So now I'm going to question your ability to count by 3 1/2. All right? So here we go. My first cone goes there. Right? So how far have I, how far is it from here to here? 3 1/2, right? Then I put another cone. So how far have I gone now? No, you're right. 3 1/2. I want another 3 1/2, which means from here to here is what? 7. Come on, 3 plus 3, 1/2 and 1/2. Come on, think now before you're talking. All right, now I'm going to put another cone. The other cone would be at what? 10 1/2. Now I'm putting another cone at what? 14, which I already knew that because I'm counting by sevens, correct? I could? Right? Then I put another cone at, there you go, buddy, 17 1/2. And then if I do another 3 1/2, I'll be at what? 21. So do I put a cone there? No, I don't. So I erase that. Come on now, guys. That's what I'm saying. If you learn to draw things out and write things out, you can get all the trick questions. If you don't draw them out, you think you're correct. When actually you're what? When actually you're wrong. You can't do this problem correctly unless you drew it out. Because most kids put down what? Most kids put down 6. Right? Most kids put down 6. Bless you. But we know the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cones are necessary. 5 cones are necessary. So again, pat yourself on the back. It feels kind of good to be so smart. All right. Again, remember, draw things out. Draw things out. It makes a tremendous difference in your grade. All right. And then things will start to make better sense to you numerically. And you'll be able to see the patterns quicker when you draw things out. All right? So here we go. If you thought that was fun, then you obviously had fun with number 30. All right? And we had fun with number 30, right? Yes, we had a blast. So here we go. I can tell. All right? It says, a ball dropped from a height of 6 feet begins bouncing. The height of each bounce is 3/4 of the height of the previous bounce. Well, what does of in math mean to do? Do you remember? It means multiply. All right? It means to multiply. All right? So here we go. I'm going to draw this out because I don't want to make a mistake like somebody else that I know. All right? Not mentioning any names, of course. Yes, I was. All right? So here's what I'm drawing. All right? This is what? 6 feet. Is everybody with me? And I have my big bouncy ball here. All right? A ball dropped from a height of 6 feet begins bouncing. The height of each bounce is 3/4 of the height of the previous bounce. So what happens to the ball? The ball comes down. Does everybody agree? Hits the ground and then goes up, correct? So it goes back up. Now, I need some help on this because I don't have a calculator. So it goes up to a height of how much? What's 6 times 3/4? 4.5. Exactly. Hold on a minute. So it's 4.5 feet now. It says, when will the ball bounce to a height less than half of its initial height? So when is it going to be less than half? When it's what? Less than what? 3 feet. So in your brain, you say it's got to be less than halfway. So that means it's got to be less than 3 feet. Does everybody agree? Right? So it hits the ground and bounces up to 4.5 feet, right? Is that less than 3? No. So now the ball goes down again, hits the ground, and now it comes up to a height of 3 3/8. So now my ball is right here, and it's 3 3/8, right? So now it's got to be less than 3. So it hits the ground again. Oh, wow. It hits the ground again. And it goes up to how high? How high did it go up, guys? Come on. 3 3/8 times 2. And did you say 17? Now listen, your job is not to write down those answers. Your job is to take your calculator out and take 6 and multiply by 3/4, and then take 4.5 and multiply by 3/4, and then take 3 7/8 and multiply by 3/4. Do I agree with that? Now, is it less than 3 feet now? Yes. So now we got to answer the question. All right. It says a ball dropped from a height of 6 feet begins bouncing. The height of each bounce is 3/4 of the height of the previous bounce. When will the ball bounce to a height less than half of its initial height? So it hits the ball or hits the ground here. That's what? 1 bounce, correct? So hits it and goes up, comes back down. Hold on, I like this. So the ball goes down, hits the ground, bounces up, hits the ground, bounces up, hits the ground, bounces up. How many times did it hit the ground? It made 3 bounces. That's the answer. So those of you guys who put 3 bounces, you can pat yourself on the back again. 3 bounces. Bless you, bless you, bless you. 3 bounces. Sebastian, what? No, 6 times 3/4. It doesn't say you're losing 3/4 of a foot. You hear me? All right. Now, continue on. 31. All right. 31 says a water cooler contains 10 gallons of water. If you drink 2/3 of a gallon each day, how long will the water last? I thought this was pretty easy. What do we do?
10 divided by 2/3.
You're awesome, girl. 10 divided by 2/3, which is what? 15 what, though? Yay, good job. 15 days. All right. Now, again, if that's not clear, let me know. All right, you should be getting a little better as we're going. Yes, it's not a miracle. You're supposed to. Come on, Julia. You're doing awesome, girl. All right, 15 days. All right, here we go. Next, it says, the winner for class president got 3/5 of. 3/5 of the votes. What does of mean again? You're going to multiply. All right, if 200 students voted, what fraction, we got to be careful. If the winner got 3/5, the loser got what? 2/5. Everybody happy with that? So now we're going 2/5 times what? 200. All right, so the loser got how many? 80 votes. All right, so I want you to put down loser got 80 votes, and the winner then obviously got what? 120, right? So now let's answer the right question. It says, what fraction of the vote did the loser get? So one answer is what? One answer is 2/5. Then it says, how many votes did the winner and the loser get? So the loser got what? And the winner got what? 120. What are you doing? Oh, yes. I thought you were packing up. All right. Is everybody good with that? All right. Let's carry on. 33. The surface of the Olympic Oval ice skating rink in Salt Lake City, Utah was created by repeatedly spraying water to make 24 layers of ice for a total thickness of 3/4 of an inch. How thick is each layer of ice? Matt, you are awesome, right? Very smart. So again, this one was particularly hard because most people think you just do 24 divided by 3/4. But what are you dividing up? You're dividing up the 3/4, right? You're taking 3/4 and dividing it by 24, and that worked out to be what? Yes, 1/32 what, though? Isn't it right? Inches? Right? How thick? How thick? All right? So, Julia, what do I do on the next one? Exactly. 1/8. All right? Now, somebody do 15 divided by 3/4. Jesse.
Okay, so I did 3/4 divided by 3/4.
You mean you did?
15 divided by.
Right, you always say the numerator first.
Okay.
So what's 15 divided by 3/4? Wait a minute now. So now do it on your calculator. Listen to me, Jesse. You made a good mistake, okay? So don't feel bad about it. You always type in the numerator first. So I want you to go 15 divided by, then the fraction 3/4. All right, good. 20. All right, continue on, guys. Oh, we already did 36 and 37, right? Right. So now, who did 38? Who can tell me the answer for 38? Sebastian, what did you get? Yes. 3 and what? 3 and 2/15. Anybody else get that? Yes. Anybody else? Okay. So here's what you're doing on this now, guys. I want you to do this. You would say 2/3 times 2 and 4/5 minus 7 times 5/7. So everybody practice that. Type that right in the calculator. Type it straight in, exactly like that. All right, does everybody get the right answer? Is it positive or negative? I don't. Yes. Negative what? Okay. So just be careful with your negative. Now again, remember what I said, you're just typing this in on your calculator. I'm trying to show you how to use your parentheses. I'm trying to show you how to do all that. All right, is everybody good with that? All right. Now, what is a squared? All right. Now, on your calculator, you have the square buttons. Everybody find that? So you type in 2 and 4/5, and then you hit the square button. And what was 2 and 4/5 squared? 7 and 21/25. You could also just do 2 and 4/5 times 2 and 4/5. Now look, you're trying to use your calculator properly. Is everybody okay with that? Is everybody good with that or not? All right. So finally, the easy one, A divided by B. So literally we're just doing 2 4/5 divided by 5/7. And help me, somebody. Is that exactly 2? 2 4/5 divided by 2 and 3 over 35. Somebody else help me. What is it now? 3 and 23 over 25. All right, double check that now, please. A divided by B. So you're typing in 2 and 4/5 divided by 5/7. All right. What? Don't worry about that right now. Yes. Do you have a question? Yes. What did you get? Yeah, 3 and 23 25ths. All right, totally happy with that. All right, does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? All right, so again, I'm really proud of you guys. That's a pretty good job. All right, reviewing. You should be looking at this going, okay, I'm getting a little better at it, honestly. Right, and you shouldn't be looking at it going, wow, that's so hard, because it's really not. Especially what helps out, drawing pictures out. That's helpful. All right, now listen, do me a favor now. I need everybody to go on to the website or Google Classroom, and you're pulling up the next worksheet. Everybody load it up for me. I think it says like additional word problems or something. More word problems. All right. So here's what I need for you to do. I want you to try to do the odds tonight. And then tomorrow, that'll give me time to go through and finish it up. And that'll get you ready then for your quiz on Friday. All right. Hey, listen to what I'm saying one more time, please. So again, go in, pull up your notes, and then do me a favor, and then make sure you're doing the odds for tonight. And listen, if you don't know how to do one or two of them, does it matter? No, it doesn't. But as you were saying, you should be getting better at it. Does everybody hear me? All right. So now, again, you've got some time. What time do we get out of here? So you got like 15 minutes, guys. Now's the time. You can work together if you want. I'm totally fine with that. Get busy.